Hi and welcome, I hope welcome back to Play It Loud. I want to talk today about value for money again, but also about some analog production latest releases, because this is into the moral maze. I recently did a video where I've extolled the fact that you can get some really good bargains, particularly maybe from Amazon. I have on order a Nancy Griffiths box set, 4 albums, was £90 odd, and I've got it I think for £46, something like that. Not arrived yet. Do a video when I get it, but I think that's extremely good value. So where am I up to today? Today I'm on the other side of that particular coin because I brought these two. Now I'm sure most of you will know this is Van Morrison's first album, Astral Weeks, and his second album, Moondance, and they've been released as double 45 LPs by Acoustic Sounds. They've cost me each more than the box set that's coming from Nancy Griffiths, and clearly something's wrong here. Either the box set is being knocked out for less than it cost to make it, or these are making somebody or a number of people a considerable profit. And yeah, I've got a problem with that. And I've checked with Absolute Sounds, Acoustic Sounds. I've gone on their website, and in America, these albums are $65. As you can see, I've been around a while, and for a long time, 15-20 years, the dollar to pound ratio, you buy something in America that cost $500, over here it'll cost £500. That's been the case, a parity, for a long time. These weren't £65. They were nearly £20 more than that. And yeah, I've got a problem with it. I think somewhere somebody needs to wake up. We need to get these albums distributed in Europe, in the UK, for the same sort of price that the Americans are paying for it. It's wrong. Okay, rant over. How do they sound? Let's start with this, the first one. I will say both albums, this and Moondance, are very, very good. But Astral Weeks, it's a very good recording. It's not a brilliant hi-fi recording. It's a little flat in places, a little compressed in places. So you're getting, I think, probably the best version of Astral Weeks you're ever going to get. But if you haven't got the sort of hi-fi system that will show you the difference, no, don't buy it. There's some really good, it's been in print I think ever since it was released. There's some really good versions out there for 20%, 25% of the price, and they sound excellent because all those Warner Brothers Green albums were recorded really well. So no, I'm not going to advise you to buy it. I'm glad I've got it. I'll pay the bank manager next week, but you don't need it. Which brings me to this. This is bloody brilliant. I picked it up early this morning from Gatefield Sounds in Whitstable, who look after me with these sort of pressings. They can get pressings that aren't available on Amazon or HMV, and I'm really pleased that they did. And when I picked it up, I said to John, who runs the shop, I said, John, I've got at least 4 versions of Moondance. Why am I buying this? And I'm smiling and looking at him and thinking, I'm talking to myself here. The reason I brought it, and the reason I'm glad I got it, is it is absolutely stunning. This is by far the best I have ever heard this album. It helps that it's my favourite Van Morrison album, but it is absolutely pristine, beautiful. And if you can afford it, go and buy it. I suppose I should come back and say, yes, you need a hi-fi system that's going to show the difference, but it is a truly wonderful version of a wonderful album to start with. And you don't need to do an A-B comparison. It is that good. It's brilliant. Okay, stop there. I think I've made my point. I'll come back to the beginning. Records, first of all, we should be paying the same as the Americans, if not in dollars, in pounds. That's wrong. Somebody needs to sort this out. So please, if anybody from the record industry is watching this, get your act together. You're losing sales and you're not doing anybody any favours, and you are upsetting people. Second, Astral Weeks, great album, really good on the repress, but no, there are some good versions out there. You don't need it. Moondance, my God, it's wonderful. And whilst it's expensive, it is a sound quality which is up there with the UHQR. They're £200 a pop. Certainly better than a lot of MoFis that I've got, and they start at £60 or £70 and go up to 150. So yeah, buy it. It's really excellent. Now, if all you're interested in for the moment is LPs, you can switch off now, because I want to briefly go into something that's a little bit hi-fi. And I haven't done this before, but I felt I ought to put something out there. I'm going completely left of field here. Those of you who have watched any of my videos will know that I am a vinyl man. I love records. Look behind me and you can't see the other shelves. I'm like Norman Maslow. I've got that much over that side as well. I really, really love vinyl. And there's two reasons. I love the touch and the feel and the covers and the bits that you get inside and the reading about it and yeah, come on, I'm a child of the 60s. That's what we did. But it also, to my mind, sounds better. And so it should, because my turntable system bluntly costs 5 times more than my streaming system. I've got a streamer in a Melco. I've had it 10 years. I've had it a long time. It's a long way from a state-of-the-art streamer. And I stream music rarely, but I stream it to find out if it's as good as the reviewers say, or if it's something that's being re-released that I might like. And if I really like it, I'll go and order the album. Occasionally the SACD. But in the broad scheme of things, I will put vinyl up there. That's what I sit down and listen to. If I haven't got the vinyl, I'll put the SACD on. And if I haven't got the SACD, I'll put the streamer on. And the streamer has always been more than acceptable, but nothing like as good. So it didn't work. Last week, I had a small problem, and my hi-fi consultants, is that a good word? The people who have improved my hi-fi system significantly, Home Media in Maidstone, they came round because I asked them to come round. I had a small problem I wanted fixed. And while he was here, he said, as you do if you're selling things, I brought a little, and I use the word advisedly because it's an accessory, I brought a little toy which I would like you to listen to. And if you like it, that's fine. You can keep it for a couple of weeks. Let us know what you feel and buy it or give it to us back. It's a demo. Okay. I've already said streaming is not my thing. It's vinyl, then SACD, then CD, then streaming. So we sorted out my problem, and he said, I'm going to put this in. So what is it? It's a little bit of wood. It's doesn't plug into anything. It just fits over the end of a wire. And I've had snake oil. I'm long enough and old enough to have tried almost everything, going back to Peter Belt. We won't go in there. And okay, this is something made by Enrique, and I am slightly brought into them, which is why he brought it round. Enrique do a lot of bits that you plug in to deal with the earth, and they make a difference. And I've spent, yeah, probably over £1,000 on Enrique products because they did make a difference. Did they make a chalk and cheese difference? No. Would I do without them? No. They make a difference, and I'm very happy because this is my hobby, and I sit there and I listen, and it sounds less good without them than it sounds with them. Would I advise you to go out and buy the stuff? No. No, it's good. I can afford it. It's my hobby. He brought round these two little squares, and I said, okay, what are they? He said they're really sort of RF filters. They're like ferrite coils. Now, I've got ferrite coils on most of my cables because you can get 10 ferrite coils from Amazon for 20 quid, and they, for 20 quid, you just put them on, because if they do what they say they do, could you notice the difference? Got to be honest, I've never taken them off and put them back on again. They're so cheap, you just do it because you can. I am now feeling less than enthusiastic about this. Okay, stick them in. We've got time. I've got nothing else to do. We'll put them around the back of the amplifier. He put one of these little boxes onto the RF input on RF. That's wrong. Onto the input into my Melco from the router, and he put another one from the router into the amplifier. That's it. Nothing else. We first played something, 90 seconds of something that I've got on a playlist so that we could get a benchmark. And I sat back and he put these on. It took him less than 90 seconds and we played the same music again. It was jaw-droppingly different. And I laughed. This is two silly bits of wood. What the hell's going on here? They're not cheap either. We'll get to that. But I don't understand. This doesn't work. It can't work. What are we doing? So we've taken them off, put them back on again, played the same music, put them back on again, tried them on different leads. But I'll come back to this streaming. And I'm not going to go on at length. Suffice to say that I said, leave them with me. I'm really impressed with this. And he did. And the following day, I did A/B comparisons. I'm fortunate I've got a number of records where I've got the LP, I've got the SACD, and of course you can stream it. And I used Joni Mitchell's Blue. I've got a really, really nice, I've got more than one copy of it. And I've got the SACD, and of course you can stream it in high res. So it's really easy to set it up and go dum, dum, dum. Listen to the first 90 seconds on vinyl, listen to the next 90 seconds on SACD, listen to the next 90 seconds on the streamer. I am really struggling to admit this. Blindfold, I'm not sure that I could now tell the difference between the streamer and vinyl. Yeah, I know what I've just said, and maybe it's my ears, I am getting old, but it made that much of a difference. I still like having the vinyl in my hand. I love collecting vinyl. But if we're talking strictly on terms of hi-fi, these little boxes made a huge difference. I've got one here somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. I found the box. Enrique, ENTREQ. Enrique. And it's called a Magnus Signal. Nonsense. Can't work. Get one. Try it on a 10-day free trial. If your local hi-fi man doesn't shoot it, I'm sure you can find somebody who does, because I'd really appreciate the comments. I've never done anything on hi-fi before because we all know what we like, and we all like something a little bit different. This absolutely blew my mind, and I don't get it. How can a bit of wood make that much difference? Try it, and when you're trying it, put something decent on, ideally something that doesn't cost 80 or 90 pound, and when you do, play it loud. Cheers, till next time. Oh, and please subscribe, makes a difference.